to God. Daniel was in the land of Babylon. Every hour of prayer, Daniel will go to the corner of his house. He will open his door and lift up his hand and pray to Yahweh. Some of the satraps who were jealous of him because of his relation with the king, they plotted against him. They said, look, if we want to hammer this man, there is no way we could hammer him except in matters that concerns him and his God. And they went and influenced the king to come up with a decree that nobody should pray to any other god except to an idol that the king set up. Daniel, in his usual habit, said, no, I cannot go and be bowing down to an idol, because that is against the will of God. God says, thou shalt not bow down to any graven to them. And when it was time for Daniel to pray, he will go to his corner and then he will pray. Those people, they were watching him. Immediately they saw him pray. They went and talked to the king. I said, hey, Daniel has contravened your instruction. And they arrested Daniel. And they put him in the den of lion. Did he die? Answer me. Did he die? God delivered him from the mouth of lion. Why? Because he made God his primary obligation. Now, many of us, we are so much lily-livered that we don't like to suffer for anything. If today, government say, all churches should close down, nobody should pray to Jesus again. There are some of us who say, give unto Caesar what is Caesar's. So? No. No. We say no. Because God is first. Even the authorities that who put them there? God. So we only obey authorities to the extent that they do not contravene divine instructions. And if you flout that, that's why we call persecution. The early church, that's why they were persecuted, because they were preaching in the name of Jesus against the instructions given by the authorities. And some of them were arrested, they were beaten, all sorts of things was done to them. But they didn't stop preaching, because they knew they had to carry out the divine mandate. But don't suffer as a wrongdoer. Don't suffer what? As a wrongdoer. They said, when it is time for your car vehicle license expire,